Friday at 3 o'clock, a little after 3 o'clock. And Megan is behind the camera today, but this is Michelle, who's usually the one filming me. So glad we have her here today. So now we're all home now, right? And you guys who have kids in school, you are now homeschoolers. So we have some good advice for you today. This is going to go a little longer since you guys have time, but it's well worth it. We're going to let an expert here speak on what homeschooling is all about, and maybe hopefully give you some good advice. So take it away, my favorite teacher, Michelle Hine.
Okay, so now you find yourself homeschooling. Really, you're not completely homeschooling because you didn't have to worry about picking curriculum and handling all that stuff. So you're kind of remote schooling. And since it's probably a new thing for you, I just thought, Peter said, why don't we try to give some folks some tips? So I want to start with like your physical plan for homeschooling. Okay, you find yourself homeschooling. I think kids really do well with structure. So getting up, getting dressed, getting breakfast, and having kids all up, especially little people, work really well in the morning. I'm going to run the gamut from babies to college age because I have no idea who's watching and the ages you might have. So pick a place to homeschool. Whether it's your kitchen table, your dining room table, whether it's a card table you're setting up temporarily, but that will be like after breakfast if everything gets, set aside and that's your schooling, pick a place that's going to be the schooling spot of the house. And then after you've picked that place, maybe run around and grab staplers and tape and pencils and pencil sharpener and colored pencils and crayons, whatever you have on hand that will help if it's all in one spot for your children. Once you have your physical spot picked and you have your stuff collected, you're getting really close. So I'm hoping, since you're remote schooling, that maybe parents, teachers have sent parents either websites or papers home or things that you go on and print. I'm not really sure what all you're dealing with, but at least now you have a spot to do it and a schedule that you can kind of set up some structure. Okay, organizing kids. Okay, the babies rule the day. So if you are a family with little ones, if you have a baby that nurses and sleeps a lot, you're in a good position because you can either wear them on a carrier or put them in a bouncy seat or up in their crib, and then you can be working with the next set. So toddlers, preschoolers, you're really not schooling them, but they think they're being schooled. So best thing to do with them while you have to school the K through 2 would be to either, if they'll watch an educational video and they'll actually stay in front of it, that's an option. But if not, if they're not into the ABCs or the Barney or the whatever's out there right now, then I would say have designated things that they can play with during school time. By that I mean sticker books, color forms, Play-Doh, things that can be done at the table, painting with water, little coloring, but whatever you can get the preschoolers and toddlers to do that they think they're schooling, one activity at a time that you assign so it's their school while you're working with K through second grade. K through second grade is usually like 45 minutes to an hour tops, which might seem shocking because they're in school all day, but on one-on-one instruction, your school day shrinks. So while your toddlers and preschools have an activity, your baby hopefully is either being carried or in a bouncy or sleeping or nursing on you. You're helping your kindergarten and second grade maybe with math, phonics, reading, memorization, whatever they've been given to do. When they're finished, now you've got kids to help play with the other kids. So now you're kind of moving that younger set on and you're helping the 3rd through 6th graders. Well, what were they doing all along? Well, they were working independently because they can read their instructions. They can do some things. So they start out working independently while you're getting all the little people situated so they feel like they got mommy time and they got some time. And now you're working with the next group. And then when they're finished, hopefully they're helping with younger ones. And you just kind of keep going up through there, through the middle schoolers and then your high schoolers. Now, middle schoolers, you might have to correct things, help with some instruction, make sure they're understanding things and comprehending things. Your high schoolers at this point are pretty independent. I mean, you're getting ready to launch them to college in the next couple of years, so they should maybe have a list a curriculum, a syllabus, something that they know they're following, and they're independently learning, and you're checking in with them maybe at the end of the day to make sure, did you do the work? Did you have trouble with the work? Did you do okay with the work? And just trying to figure out, is there work that needs to be uploaded and shifted back to teachers, and how can you help with that so that their high schoolers are situated too. I do want to say, adults, moms and dads, when you are schooling and doing this stuff with your kids, your computer and your phone need to be away. Because the minute, and I'm guilty, when you pick up your phone, you're looking at your own social media or emails or texts. The minute you do that, you've lost your little people. So I would say tuck those things away until you get the schooling done, and then set a time aside that you can answer those things back later. And also, a lot of you, including us, have college kids home now, which is awesome, but also a major distractor. We love our college kids, but they'll, grab a cup of coffee and sit down, and you're excited because now you can have some really great adult conversations, but also you're getting nothing else accomplished. So it's kind of best, since they run their own schedules at school, they do their classes, they do their work, they do their thing, to have them in another room so other kids aren't distracting them, and they're also not distracting the other schooling that you're trying to get accomplished. Okay, things you can all do together. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Make sure you're planning in breaks for all the kids, whether they're bathroom breaks, snack breaks, or just jumping jack, some activity breaks, because kids they're not used to sitting for long periods of time. Also, the homeschool day, like I was saying earlier, is a lot shorter than a school day, so you'll be amazed at the amount of work kids can get through in a short amount of time when you have a one-on-one, one-on-two instruction. Okay, things for sanity, because now everybody's home together, and this house seems like it's getting smaller. We do a quiet hour. We don't have nursing, napping babies anymore, but some of you do, and that would be the time to do your quiet hour. What do we do in a quiet hour? Well, you can nap, you can pray, and you can read. And I don't mean social media read, I mean like crack a book. And this is really great practice for your auntie people who struggle to sit still. What a great skill for them to learn how to just settle. They can have picture books, they can have a stack of things that they can page through if they can't read. Just something, it's a quiet hour, whether it's in their rooms or different rooms in the house, we all separate. Another sanity thing is outside time. Like, I don't know where you live, what kind of space you have, but just getting kids outside. They get recess at school, they need to get some fresh air, burn off some of that energy, whether they're running around playing a game outside together, whether they're outside and you're outside playing a family game with them. Just getting that outside time is really important. The other thing is having all the older kids. I'm hearing a lot of parents say their older kids are bored, they're home, they're not getting that fun with their friends, they're going stir crazy. So I'd say, okay, put them to work. You have all these extra hands now home, and the spring sports are not happening right now. So like all that running around of spring sports and things you thought you were going to be doing and you're not, wow. So maybe you need to clean out the garage or the basement, or do some spring cleaning of rooms, or clothing change over to the warmer weather. There's so many things that now you can do, family things that you couldn't do in the house before because of the crazy schedules. So maybe take advantage of that. And I would say above all, enjoy the time. Try to remain positive, enjoy the time as a family, because we don't know if we'll get this kind of time again. So I think do your best in being positive around your kids, especially, even though it is, it can be stressful for the adults at this time. Try not to show that to your kids, because kids pick up a lot. And I have put 2 resources on the board. Khan Academy is a nonprofit, and what they do is basically it's a learning kind of center online, and you could sit your kid who's having trouble with fractions down in front of a Khan Academy website, get their age group up there, the topic they're struggling with, and Khan will run them through problems, and when they start to get better, they make them more difficult. And if they're not getting it, they'll keep repeating the things they're not getting until they get it. So that's just a really great resource, a lot of different topics. And a lot of, any age group, 2 to 18. I think they're even putting up schedules now for families that have kids home. So that's one resource. The other is Scholastic Book. I know a lot of the public schools use Scholastic. I went on just to see what they have. A girlfriend sent me this website. It's a Learn at Home. So they have different age groups. You can click on it. It's kind of story-based. They tell you stories. Kids are still learning. And I think they put up 4 different things a day in each age group. So it's just another resource that you can use to add to whatever your teachers have given your kids to do. If you got questions, maybe message Pete or make comments, down below, and I will try to, through Pete, answer you guys back. I hope that helped, and just really, I'd say, enjoy your family.
Okay, so this is our 18th year, so this is an expert here. And the other thing is, I forget what year it was, but you can see how she knew all the way from newborn baby all the way up through college kid years. And it's only because of the fact that not only have we been through all those cycles already, but I forget what year it was, but we had all those cycles going
at once.
Our last
was born when our first went off to school, so
yeah.
we went really.
So, anyway, so she has actually done this, and I'm usually the principal, so when I come home and there's someone in my chair, I need to discuss.
I should have said that, dads. Dads can be a great help. Moms are probably the ones doing a lot of this. Not necessarily, but most cases. Dads, you can be involved by, checking over the work, and it gives some credibility to what the moms are trying to do with the kids if the kids are checking in with dad and, dad's looking at their work. I think that's really great, and it's one way that dads can get involved.
It's a great family thing, so hope that helped. I'm sure it did. You guys are all homeschooling now, right? So
welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the homeschool world. So like she said, messenger me or just shoot me an email, comment, text, whatever. Be happy to answer any questions you have, and I'll give it to the expert, and then we'll get back to you and let you know. Okay, guys? So enjoy this time together as a family. Stay safe, stay calm, and let us know if there's anything more we can do to help. All right. Have a blessed week.